Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jeevanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Janaha Bhuvi Grinanti Ye Bhurida Janaha. Festival at Pānihāti, the 12th chapter we were going through. We had begun in the last class. It was Monday, June 18th, 1883. We see Master going to Pānihāti, a place in Calcutta, and like a child, he is full of joy. As he was traveling in the vehicle, the horse carriage, and with the young, new, fresh youngsters around the age of 18, absolutely pure and untouched by the world, and the worldliness has not entered their soul, and they belong to a class by themselves of a spiritual, deep spiritual awareness. With them he is joyfully moving. In Bhagavad Gita also, of realization, an ordinary soul, let alone the incarnations of God like Sri Ramakrishna, even ordinary souls like we, of realization, how do we live in this world? For that, in God they live. As God they live in God, like bliss. Being bliss, he is in the ocean of bliss. They cannot live in the world if the worldliness is perceived. They perceive the divine everywhere and live where this divinity is flowing out in its torrents. So, Brahmani te sthitaha, because as world, even the slightest presence of world, they don't feel comfortable. They feel most comfortable where there is absolutely purity. Now even we people, what is the difference that we, ordinary people, find between small children of the age of 2 or 3 and with the elderly people or the youths of the modern age? What is the difference that we feel? Absolute innocence and purity. We can easily perceive, and the craftiness of the world possessing the elders, and the innocence and purity pervading the hearts of the children. And we feel free and comfortable. There we don't feel free and comfortable. So, though we don't avoid, nor there will be need also. Suppose it's a working place where we work together. We can't avoid it, it doesn't matter. But when we are with small children, we become children. So we feel we can do anything, we can be in any way. So like that Sri Ramakrishna is And the moment the place is reached, he jumps out of the cart and rushes into the crowd. Before the people can get down and see what has happened, Sri Ramakrishna has already entered. And then he has started dancing ecstatically. And there we see Navadvip Goswami, who I had invited, and who is the custodian of the temple. He was already dancing in joy. And when Sri Ramakrishna came, they danced together, and within no moment, he sees Sri Ramakrishna losing the external awareness in dancing and singing the names and glories of God. And he immediately starts supporting him lest he should fall to the ground. And wherever one looked, it was a forest of heads, human heads. The crowd seemed to be becoming infected by the master's divine fervor and swayed to and fro, chanting the name of God, until the very air seemed to reverberate with it. The whole people started moving to and fro around Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna is not in awareness. Thousands of people, just one person dancing, they all are stunned. They have turned this side, and around Sri Ramakrishna they have gathered. What a influence it creates, you see. Until the very air seemed to be reverberate with it. Drums, cymbals, and other instruments produced melodious sounds. The atmosphere became intense with spiritual fervor. The devotees felt Gauranga himself was being manifested in the person of Sri Ramakrishna. Now you see, this is the Indian way or the Hindu way of understanding God. Where there is purity, where there is divinity, where there is forgetful of the external world, where a person is unaware of his own being, when a person has forgotten body itself, so dear to man, if anything happening anywhere he can bear, anything happening to his body he cannot bear. So such a thing, such a body he is forgetting, means there is manifestation, special manifestation of divine. And he is in the thought of divine, in the thought of a particular, now when particularly in Sri Ramakrishna you can see various moods he enters, various aspects. Now suppose he is in the mood of Hanuman. What would be his dance is entirely different from what he would dance when he is aware of his awareness is filled with Radha. So the way in which he dances, way in which the bhava expresses itself as a dasya, as a madhura, is entirely different. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna entering into how now he is in such a state. He has just the whole atmosphere. It is made in the wavelength of Gauranga, that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, great Vaishnava devotees. In thousands and thousands they have joined, and they are all gathered together to Sri Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna has lost his external consciousness totally. And the way in which he is dancing with the both hands raised is exactly like possessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here we see the devotees felt that Gauranga himself was being manifested in the person of Sri Ramakrishna. Flowers were showered and from all sides on his feet and head. How the people, you see, these festivals, even a local festival in Bangalore, they carry flowers with them always, a small pouch of flowers when such festivals in which a particular person dances and goes, like Karaga in Bangalore, or anywhere the deity is being carried in procession, car festival. They all carry flowers and they throw on the deity when the deity is taken, when the car festival is going on, Ratha Yatra is going, and then or on the palanquin, the God's image is being taken. All will be carrying flowers and they throw the flowers. Like that they are carrying flowers and whole thing they are pouring on Sri Ramakrishna's head and feet. The shouting of the name Hari was heard even at a distance, like rumbling of ocean. Now one person sings this one when we went to Vrindavan also, this time we saw. We were going in street singing and dancing. We saw people, whatever we are chanting and going, they are also joining, they are also singing, they are also dancing. So we see if you utter in those huge group, and Vrindavan has a special feature at all times. There is no restriction. All are free souls. It has every grain, as if every grain is filled with divine awareness and dancing in its own joy. Like that, anybody singing and going in the street is not looked upon. They enjoy, they immediately participate. Who is going by, suppose I am going alone, loudly singing a particular slogans like Kirtan, Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Or if I am going on singing, many people will be moving forward and backward. They will be shouting along with us as long as we can hear and they can hear us. And they will be going. In streets, ordinary people. And each is uttering Radhe Radhe to other. Anybody, even to call Radhe Radhe, even to horn in the street, to leave the way, they shout Radhe Radhe. Like that, it becomes here also the Hari, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. All are shouting in the same way, and like a rumbling of the ocean. If you stand near the ocean, thousands of waves following each other, coming up and going, each will be making a roaring sound, and as if the whole ocean is roaring. From distance, as you go closer to the ocean, you can go on, especially certain oceans are little wild and strong. Now this west coast is little stronger than the east coast. East coast is little calmer. West coast is very powerful. The rumbling sound also will be very great. Sri Ramakrishna entered by turn into all the moods of ecstasy. Each mood creates a different style of dancing, different way of steps, different facial expressions. Suppose he is in Kaliya awareness, his facial expression is entirely different. Suppose it is in Hanuman's, or it is in Rama's or Sita's, entirely. By seeing face, you can understand what mood he is entering into. In deep samadhi he stood still, his face radiating a divine glow. When a person who remains immersed in God, and at least like Sri Ramakrishna says, keep 25% of your mind on this world, 75% on God. 25% of mind is sufficient to attend to all the duties of life. Let the inner world be filled with divine awareness. That 75% of the mind being kept in the divine antar prajna, and bahir prajna 25% is attending to all duties of his life. Then his face will be always glowing with a unknown glitter. Now, this is what we call ojas. Ojas is the spiritual energy, excessive spiritual energy that radiates from a person. You can see almost all pictures of the great saints, you will see a halo around being kept. A halo, as if light is emerging out. Even behind the gods and goddesses, we see in paintings and pictures, the halo glow is given. This is excessive spiritual energy called the ojas. This ojas flowing out. When the bodily existence is full with ojas, it starts radiating as light. In case of Meera, it is to ooze out like sweat, a fine fragrance, fragrant like a jasmine flower when it blooms, how it spreads jasmine flavor, smell, fragrance. Like that, from Meera's body, fragrance used to come out. Like a perfume, it is to radiate. This is excessive ojas. Like that in Sri Ramakrishna, whenever he becomes still, when he is dancing, the whole attention is on his postures and movements, his gestures, his facial expressions, the whole thing. When he becomes still, all look at his face. And the face glitters with the spiritual light. Divine glow. In the state of partial consciousness, he danced like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he is in deep samadhi, he would be still. In partial awareness, when he is coming down, he starts joining, dancing, and still when he comes to the normal consciousness, he sings the names and glories of God. These states of existence they pass through. Sometimes gently he danced, sometimes gently, sometimes with the vigor of a lion. Again, regaining consciousness of the world, he sang himself, leading the chorus. Exactly like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The same states he is to pass through. You see, can we sometime in our life experience this joy, experience this total forgetful of this world, and like small children jumping and dancing, can we dance without any restriction, without external awareness, in joy, in presence of God, in feeling the presence of God? Can we? Yes, we can. The first thing is, we must be free in this world mentally. Means the world should not be there in our mind. Mind can be given to the world. World should not be the content of mind. I need to attend to all my duties of life. My mind I have to give there. But I should not carry anything of this world in my mind. Otherwise, mind's tranquility will go away. A constant state of internal awareness of the divine, when it is filled with the other things, that is the company in which I am there, or I enter into solitude like the same person. One of the disciples, he used to go alone and enjoy the bliss and come away. This Pānihāti festival is because of that. And Nityananda recognizes him going away and coming late. Where does he go? What does he? He sees that he is entering into solitude and enjoying the presence of God. And he is in ecstasy, dancing alone. And when he comes to the normal consciousness, he is coming and mixing with people, singing the names and glories of God. Then Nityananda, seeing him, catches hold of him and says, "You, hidingly enjoying the bliss of God, leaving all of us, I will punish you today. You have to make a festival for all the people, devotees, to enjoy the same bliss. So you have to feed them with beaten rice. There is curd they put in the beaten rice. The festival is called the beaten rice festival, Chide. That is the festival in which Ramakrishna has come. Now, this can we not remain untouched by world and do all the duties of life calmly within retaining the inner divine awareness and feel ourselves at joy? And the life in the world of dualities. There is always dvandva. This world is dvandva, sukha and dukkha, pain and pleasure, misery and happiness, joys and sorrows, here and there, all everywhere, yesterday, today. The whole thing is a world of duality. If you accept one, you have to accept the other. If you accept joy, you have to accept the suffering also. They go together, they are obverse and reverse of the same coin. You cannot escape from one. You cannot say, I'll give up this and I take that. So, can you accept suffering? We have not been taught that sign of, that way of living, to accept what comes in life, to be of equanimity towards joys and sorrows of life, towards mana, apamana. In Bhagavad Gita, main teaching is this equanimity. Attain that equanimity where you see the pains and pleasures, sukha, dukkha, mana, apamana, the praises and blames of people, can you look upon with the same and be indifferent to that? Labha, hani, gains and losses in life. Serious life losses come, gains come. Can you remain unaffected by it? These are all. To accept the negative part, we seek the positive, we seek enjoyment, we seek happiness, and we want the half. The other half is there. Coin, I want one side surface. I don't want the other surface. But you have to take coin means both sides you have to take. You can't take the head and leave the tail. You have to take both. When this acceptance of this one comes, with calmness, inner calmness, all the sufferings, insults, losses, heat and cold, you are able to bear the same way. Sukha dukkha hamase samarahe. If you can accept the other half which we are rejecting, then there is the nature is so favorable because you have accepted the Divine Mother. It is a part of the nature. I revolt to dukkha, I seek sukha. Here we make the mistake. Sukha goes with dukkha. If you reject sukha also, along with dukkha, you transcend the nature. You want one, you don't want the other, then it will not. Now this acceptance makes you understand You are in a school. Nature is teaching you. The dukkha becomes a loving touch of the Divine Mother. The dukkha that is coming, you will immediately understand. It is a purpose. And I accept. The moment you accept, this is the schooling. First layer, first training in the school of this world for a jiva is touch of the dukkha, pain. Pain, then she teaches you to bear this joyfully. When you are able to bear this joyfully, oh, my mother is giving. As sukha comes, so also dukkha comes. Sukha also is impermanent. Dukkha also is impermanent. They are agama payino anityaha tanti tikshasva bharata in Bhagavad Gita. They come and go. Be indifferent to them. Let them pass. This is the first training. Then the first is to accept the dukkha and then remain untouched by it. Then she takes you, once you start accepting, then she takes you to the second class, second state. They are indifferent to sukha and dukkha. Here, forbearance and growth. Grow bearing all the pains. Like children going to school. Bear the pain of going to school and grow. You are growing. The moment you start accepting the pain, you have to go to school. School going itself is a big burden to children. But one day he comes out with all knowledge and wisdom. So here the second stage mother takes to you is indifferent to things. Sukha and dukkha. All right, all right, all right. First is forbearance and growth. Second is equanimity. The third stage comes the ecstasy of God. It is the final stage for the jiva. It evolves to the highest level now. It is in the awareness of the realm of the spirit. Matter, the relationship with matter has ended. The bodily awareness has gone to the subliminal level where it is not projecting forth its presence. Body is not projecting its presence at all. And this is the state where you start entering into ecstasy. We see a few people like Rakhal entering into ecstasy. Bhabanath is to enter into ecstasy. They are college-going students. They used to enter into ecstasy. Naren seeing them entering into ecstasy and not himself getting, once goes and approaches Ramakrishna. They are all getting something from you. I am not getting anything. Then Sri Ramakrishna tells him, yes, you have a purpose in your life. You have come for a particular definite purpose, and that purpose has to be fulfilled. And it is time for you now. Leave all things behind and come away. I will give you all that is yours and what is mine also. So that state, this third stage of Divine Mother's grace descending, takes you to the realm of transcendental, where there is the relationship and identity with matter and ends, and you will be entering into pure spiritual world, the spirit. The matter has ended, the spirit has presented. In that spiritual existence, you dance in ecstasy. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna. Always remember, if you make a little efforts, you can enter into. Be aware, accept what comes in life, accept this world. Don't run away. Face joyfully, bear all arts of life joyfully. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.